Hey, it's JFC, and today we're going to be going for the legendary Aide achievement in Farming Simulator 19, which is to complete 100 contracts. So in order to start ourselves off here, I used the trick we use in the lucrative labour achievement guide in order to have lots of cash right at the start. I also started a game as a farm manager, and that's just so that we don't own any of the land right at the start, because some of the smallest farms are the ones that you would own immediately if you start a new farmer save. So the first thing we're going to do is go into the map, and I'm going to purchase all of the land with exception of 14 through 17 and 24, 5 and 6, because they're the ones we're going to use to complete the contracts. So now that I've purchased all of the land, we're going to set up 2 fertilizers, and we're just going to do the fertilizing contracts only. You guys can choose to do the other types if you like, cultivating, harvesting, transporting. I don't, just because I find it quicker to only do the fertilizing. So if we tab over to the right, to the contracts tab, currently don't have any available, but we'll come back and have a look later. So I'm going to go purchase the 2 fertilizers. So under crop protection, and it's 2 of the Rubicon 9000s. And then under pallets, just going to purchase enough fertilizer to fill those both up. Because I'm using the money hack, whenever I actually run out of fertilizer in the tank, I actually just go into the garage, sell the vehicle, purchase a new one, fill it back up and drive it over, and it just saves the return trip. I'm going to jump in and fill these up. Okay, so both of these are filled up. I'm going to drive one of them over to field 14 through 17 and one down to the fields 24, 5 and 6. The reason I only do the fertilizing to complete this achievement is because any of the harvesting, cultivating and so on that you do under contract doesn't actually count towards those achievements, the ones for completing 1, 10 and 100 hectares of harvesting, fertilizing and so on. So I like to do just the fertilizing whilst I'm also working on other areas. So my first one over on field 14 now. I'm just going to check if there's any contracts available. Nothing yet. Bring the other one over. Okay, so I have our fertilizers on both areas of fields. And if we have a look at our contracts, our first one's popped in there now, field 14. So I'm going to hit X to accept that. Jump to the fertilizer that I've got over near there. And I actually complete these manually. And the reason for that is that I find that AI tends to not fully complete the field, and then it's actually quite hard to determine which bits you kind of need to go over and end up doing it all again anyway manually. But feel free to hire a worker. So you can see that's popped up as completed in the top right there. So I'm going to go back into the contracts menu and complete that one. I just check periodically. Usually you get quite a few per hour, and I'll continue to complete those up to 100 missions.